All right, everyone. Want to do a breeder loft update. Some things have changed since the last breeder loft update. I had a visit from a buddy who's I think he's a pretty good one loft racer. He has good results. So he saw some things and we changed some things because of it. So here's a little change in the breeder loft. As you see, we got this divider up now. So when I came in to do a egg fertility check, none of them were fertile. And I had that feeling because when I let them out, they laid rather quickly. And it didn't time up right when the bullcock was with them. So I pulled all their eggs, and at that same time, my buddy actually stopped by, and that's those birds you see for sale. He went through my pigeons in here, the breeders in here, and he's a big guy. He likes the throat theory, and he went through, and everything with a 9 or higher, so 9 or 10, comes in here. So I got my prize cocks in here, which I'll find hens for them. I'm just letting everyone settle down. In here, when I want to run the bullcock system, this is my buddy's idea, and he said just have your hens in here on this deep litter with your bullcock. Now it might take a little more time, but I'll get to the same where I'm trying to get to, because I'm only trying to breed the best birds I have, the top 20 youngsters probably. So it's okay if it takes a little time. That's why I didn't mind making this adjustment. This only took a day. And then I'm just gonna let everyone settle. The hens all clear out, make sure they're not fertilized by anything, because they were with these guys over here for a little bit. And here in a day, I'll put the cock in here and just leave them. And he said, you just pull the eggs, move them to the fosters. It's the same, it's kind of what I'm doing, just this is gonna be a little more low maintenance. His theory is they really don't like the small boxes, being forced to do anything in those small boxes. So this is his theory. He's been doing very well, breeding champion birds at One Loft races, and last year he did very good. And hopefully I'll have him on the channel. Maybe I can get to interview him, and I'm gonna have him come back and judge the rest of my birds' throats, just as a breeding standard for when I go to breed. My buddy says though that the hens, well, they all take care of each other. Sometimes you can have them lay on their youngsters and everyone will just take care, but the cock will run from nest to nest feeding, and he'll just run from hen to hen and fertilizing. So just to recap, we'll have 4 or 5 hens over here with the main bullcock that I'm trying to get youngsters off of. Over here are the prize winners off my bullcock, and I'll try to find good hens that fit the criteria to go with them. So everything in here will just be floated, the eggs will be floated to the fosters. I'm very glad that I have my click pairs over here in these individual pins. This area is more of like a research and development, I think they'd call it. And we'll see what happens. But this is my buddy's, this is his system, and it seems to work very well for him. And like I said, I was on the right path, but he said I just need to make it a little easier for me and the pigeons. So my buddy was going through my birds and said I have a real nice little family here, and I really just need to focus on them. And so I did have some hens that, some daughters of my best hen that didn't rate as well, so I moved them out. And those are kind of just like genetic banks. You know, I have grandsons and granddaughters of my best breeding cock. Yeah, and it's just kind of like just a genetic reserve in case something happens to my best breeding cock. I can start working off them. The two of these prize cocks are actually off the bull cock, so everything, I'm trying to make everything related. So I want to build a nice family on one side and then start crosses, because I do think crossing is important. I just think it's at the right time for the cross. I think if you just do 2 unstable crosses, you're getting a lot of, sometimes you get a good bird, but I think you get a lot of average that way. I hear the best way for the crosses is two pure lines. So you have your line that you've been breeding, is usually line bred or something, and then bring in another line to cross that a fancier has worked on. So they're not just willy-nilly crosses, I feel like. The last 3 birds I have out at the races right now at the NPC, I believe, which should be starting soon. That's kind of what I did, is I took one of the best flyers in Bakersfield. He had Hall of Fame blood, and he's a very tight line bred family, and put it to what I'm working with. And they're still there. So hopefully those races get started and some more excitement. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe.